So a long tip. Tonight, I'm pleased to award half-century certificates to 3 other callers who have reached this momentous milestone and are here at this convention.
Can you see something?
The first gentleman I'd like to introduce is Hal Barnes from Rockford, Colorado. Hal, would you come on up? And then Hal was called in 1966, joined CALLERLAB in 1985. Hal, it's nice to see you here.
Can you see?
Yeah. I'll look around though.
You're looking around.
Oh, you're fine. Man.
You're okay.
Stay there.
Thank you. This will be the only time I ever get to address this group, so I'd like to take a couple of minutes. When I was in 9th grade, my parents in Colorado Springs started a square dance club for junior high and high school kids. I had no idea how that would influence my life. I met my excellent wife, Elaine, at the University of Colorado at a square dance. She has attended almost every dance I have called for the last 45 years. Brings a whole new meaning to the term, for better or worse. We all stand on someone else's shoulders. In my case, it's Frank Lane and Don Franklin. I patterned my calling after them, and they made excellent examples for a young caller. The square dancing is our community. When my daughter Allison was 20 years old, a number of years ago, she was in an accident and became paralyzed. She's a quadriplegic. The square dance community in the Washington, D.C. area, with the participation of virtually all the callers, had a very large benefit dance for us in which they raised $25,000. That allowed us to buy a wheelchair van for our daughter Allison, and it made all the difference in the world. So that is the kind of community that we have in square dancing. Finally, square dancing for callers is just a huge intellectually stimulating activity. Every week I think of something that I had not seen before, and it makes me feel like a dummy that it took 50 years for me to see something like that. There's a lot of smart people here. But you know what? I went to Lee Compton's session the other day, and Lee said, "Let me show you something I just thought of last week." And I said, "Yes, I'm in good company."
Our next 50-year certificate winner is Vance McDaniels from Knightdale, North Carolina. Vance began calling in 1966, joined CALLERLAB in 1980. Vance?
Oh, you're fine.
Wow, what a ride. 50 years. I have a couple of people I need to thank. First, my mother, God rest her soul, for getting me started in this activity. She decided when I was 13 years old that I'd been, well, probably like most of us started, memorizing singing calls. She decided it was time for me to teach a class. So she helped me organize a class in Mannheim, Germany. We were on a military, Army dependent installation. We had 125 8 through 11-year-olds come out and learn how to square dance. I wish I knew how many of those youngsters were still dancing today. I don't know. It'd be nice to know. Secondly, my wife, Sheila. Stand up, Sheila. Sheila has put up with me for 27 and a half years now. Me and all my idiosyncrasies.
Holy cow.
And she's had a job. In 50 years of teaching and calling square dancing, I've learned a lot, as I know many of you have also. But I just want to throw a couple, I've learned a lot, but there's two things that stick out to me. It took me almost 50 years to finally realize. The first one is, it's always my fault. If the dancers aren't dancing, it's my fault. I either didn't teach them properly, or I didn't teach it at all. I'm calling too fast, I'm calling too slow, the sound is too loud, the sound is too... It doesn't matter. If they're not dancing, it's my fault. So I need to do something to make sure they dance. That's the first thing. The second thing is, did you know that there's people who don't like this activity? I find that hard to understand. I just don't understand that. But there are people who don't like the square dance. I always thought everybody would enjoy square dancing. But come to find out, some folks don't. Unfortunately, and I feel sad for them because they're missing out on a great activity and a great opportunity. Thank you.
Our next half-century award certificate winner is Jeff Brees, Brantford, Ontario, Canada. Jeff began calling in 1965, joined Colorado in 1981. Jeff serves as the chairman of the International Advisory Committee. He's received his 50-year certificate last year, but was unable to attend, and this is the first convention that we've had the opportunity to honor him. So, Jeff.
Thank you. It truly is an honor to receive this. I started dancing at the age of 7. I started calling at the age of 9. I was very fortunate to have parents who were very involved in this activity, and many of you in this room may recall Lloyd and Vivian Priest. They were members of CALLERLAB, and my father seemed to be somewhat opinionated in some cases. I didn't think callers were supposed to do that, but it happened. Anyway, it's a great honor. I really enjoyed the 50 years. I made a living with this activity. And the square dancers are wonderful people. The only thing I want to add is that I sure hope that when they create the 75-year award, it comes with a gold watch.
Congratulations to our callers this evening that have received this milestone. How about a nice round of applause? Now there's 11 additional active CALLERLAB members who have earned their half certificate or their half-century award this year. And although they were unable to be with us, we'd like to honor them by announcing that certificates will be mailed to them immediately following the convention. And I want you all personally listen to these names, and if you know any of these callers, make sure that you congratulate them on their 50 years. Al Calhoun from Canada, Dave Keel from Wyoming, Don Thompson from California, Ed Ruddy from Connecticut, Gary Dodd from Canada, Herschel Tolson from Illinois, Jerry Carmen from New York, Jerry Junk from Nebraska, Kyoko Yoko from Japan, Elmer Sheffield from Florida, and Scotty Sherrar from Florida. Make sure you touch base with these callers and congratulate them the next time you see them. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. Al Calhoun, the first name he mentioned, taught Barry and I to dance 43 years ago, and he's still calling. He's a great guy. Thrilled that he's got his 50 years.
He will be 90 years old this year.
Yeah, 90 years old this year, and still calling, and still telling mostly the same jokes, but he's still got such enthusiasm for this activity. It is just delightful to see. Our next award will be presented by